Alright, what's up everybody? We are on season 1, episode 10 of Steins Gate, and I had to double check because I thought it was literally the exact same title, but there's one little difference. This one is called Chaos Theory Homeostasis with a T, or status. I don't even know how to pronounce half of these words in all fairness. They're a little, the titles for these episodes are a little complicated. But yeah, man, I just came off of episode 9, absolutely loved it, although it only made the situation more complicated, which is something I definitely expect for the show to keep doing with every episode that we watch. But yeah, again, I talked about how it also took away control even more from Okarun, right? Like, as a viewer, you already feel so out of control because you can, of course, impact any of the decisions that Okarun, for example, is going to make for what they'll do next, which experiment they're going to be doing next and stuff, right? But like now you're also seeing that Okarun notices how these experiments, he can try and come up with like, okay, in this given situation, what do I do next? However, now he gets this problem where like he can't even really analyze well what the current situation is because a lot of things are changing outside of his control. You know, he did one experiment and that suddenly got like a bunch of shops to not exist anymore, right? It's that butterfly effect that they talked about. That's what I found so interesting, how I think it was episode 6 that was called the butterfly effect, but they didn't even really dive into it there, I feel. It wasn't until now, finally, that they started explaining this, how one decision can impact the next one, and so it keeps branching off even more, right? And so you constantly just end up with situations where first characters, for example, as I was mentioned here, first characters didn't remember certain events anymore after one of their experiments. Then they pulled another one, and it's like suddenly they did remember again. It's like every single time you hit this reset of like everything could have changed now, and it's just super hard, therefore, to act on that and to constantly. Again, you're going to have to constantly analyze the situation and see what you're even dealing with in the first place. And it creates simply, because that's another thing they mentioned, and I love how it all plays into each other. Max Sakurasu called science boring. And then I said, like, yeah, it's boring because you keep having to change one variable and then see how that changed things. But now what we see here is that there are just too many variables at play. And so you can't even really... I mean, I guess you can, but it becomes pretty much impossible to truly understand what's causing another thing to change, if that makes sense, right? So I find it fascinating, and yeah, I hate that I can't make it much more concrete than that, but I guess you all understand what I mean. So the question is, where do we go next? We don't have the computer anymore. Yeah, Mocha, we quickly encountered her there in the city, but that's it. What did Ferris Nyanyan, what did she just pull off with her dad? I'm still trying to figure that out. Are we ever going to find out what happened with Ruka's experiment, right? Just a bunch of stuff overall. And another thing that I did quickly touch on in the review last time is that I found it fascinating how Mayuri had one of those lines that like she doesn't like Okarun doing these experiments because it gives her the feeling that he's leaving her. And I'm like, in what way does she exactly mean that? But I got into all of that already. Like, at first I thought, oh, it could be just like attention, but I don't think it's that because too many things have already told me that that can't really be it. But it's the fact that he's wanting to do physical time travel. And yeah, that could obviously mean that he does leave her at some point. What that also just then makes me think of is like, okay, as soon as they're going to start experimenting with physical time travel here, why does this not mean that they themselves can be CERN in the future, right? Like, this is something I've been saying from the very start, and it would make so much sense because it's like, we're here in episode 10, there's going to be, I think, 24 episodes for this main story. I know there's still going to be Steins Gate 0, but from what I grasped, I think it might be taking place like somewhere in between certain episodes. So I feel like it's more going to be an additional story in the middle of this story already or something like that. I don't know, though. I could be entirely wrong about that. But I feel like we'll have most of the main answers really in these 24 episodes by the end of it, right? And I'm going to be watching it in release order just to make that clear because a lot of people have been giving me input about that. And I do think release order is ultimately the best way to watch probably. But yeah, so, we'll have... What I was trying to say is that, like, okay, CERN, I mean, will they even really have time to properly introduce them? It would be so weird to me if there was, like, at some point suddenly this villain-type character coming out of nowhere in the final episodes that's, like, behind CERN or something like that. It's like, I don't really see that happening. I feel like we're just going to be spending time with this group here, and that would make it make a whole lot more sense in the future if we find out that, like, yeah, again, these guys either become CERN or they've they are in some way responsible for it, or maybe some of the characters are, or what's that gonna turn into, right? That's the big question. But for now, guys, I think I've said everything I needed to say. Of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Steins Gate, you can already watch the next 8 episodes straight away over on my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. So go and check it out. Over there, we'll already be on episode 18. So you can binge all the way up until there, along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. And now with that being said, we're going to get into episode 10 of Steins Gate. Here we go.
虎の穴もアニメイトもどこに行ったのだ。そんなの秋葉にあるわけないよ。
They've never been here before.
マユリ、お前メイクインでバイトしていたよな。
Is May Queen gone too? Ah, so that's maybe what Ferris was trying to. Yeah, see, I thought she would influence the city. Okay, so the satellite is still here. Yeah, good question actually. Does she still work? Like the same game? Yeah, some things don't change. Him losing against her. Interesting, right? Ah, we saw this girl, like, hung up in the last episode at the very end. With the purple hair. Flat as justice. Oh my god. Daru, you fucking weirdo. Are we sure that Ruka is a girl though? When you're real, oh my god. Literally what I was saying. Prove it first. Well, maybe she isn't now. Way to make it awkward. I mean, I guess that means it's true though, otherwise she wouldn't have, or he wouldn't have this strong reaction. Don't, oh my. Oh god, call the fucking police on this man right now. Dude, you can be happy it stayed with, like, torture. Oh, it might have been between the legs too. Oh, okay. That would have been real torture. Justified torture too. Well, maybe she has. Well, you're gonna have a hard time finding him then. Ah, that's what that's from.
のんきにバイトなどしている場合ではないだろう。いろいろ事情があってね。でも一度だけチャンスは
Who could her dad be? I'm already thinking in like all directions now.
ある場所に父さんが現れるかもしれない。それを逃したら私はこの町を離れなきゃいけないんだけどね。残念だったなバイト選手よ。マッドサイエンティストであるこの俺に相談したのが運の尽き。お前は今日からラボメンナンバー008だ。俺たちの実験台となってもらう。
Was she not a lab member already?
どうするの？過去を変えるのだ。
I can't even keep track of it anymore, man.
父親に D メールを送るのだ。娘を置いていくなとな。
I don't know if we want to do that, but I guess we're going to.
何？
I mean, it would make sense if that was the reason in the first place why she was that obsessed with all the time traveling. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that experiment until after the event, in the case you didn't find him, of course.
また北欧神話？バイト選手が父親に会えたなら祝いの会。そしてもし会えなかった時は
Yeah.
その後 D メールの実験だ。あれ？
Sounds fair.
今夜はオフ会があるから参加できないなどと。
This man doesn't have friends.
このメールを先ほど送っておいた。フェイリスの手料理とオフ会、どっちを選ぶのだ？だってフェリスちゃんはこれ。
No, that's just how we're getting him to join us.
バイト選手と面識はないので仕方ないが、お前たちには宴会用の買い出しに行ってもらう。あんたは？バイト選手を尾行し、状況を逐一報告する。やめなさい。
Help Psychongru.
水いらずにさせてやりなさいよ。俺は尾行を。だからダメ。
Nope, you're going shopping.
女子の分際で俺に指図するの。また正座する？今度は3時間ほど。さて、宴会の準備を始めるか。
I'm watching you. Oh god, it's the organization. Oh no. Red gel? What is red gel representative of?
カレーは甘口がいいかな。それとも辛口？どっちがいいと思う？辛口でいいだろう。選手と言ったらやっぱり辛口だよね。次はお肉を。
Oh my god, he's feeling watched from everywhere now, yeah.
やっぱり牛肉は高いよ。ねえ、オカリン。なんか元気ないよ。さっきだっていつもなら期間の妨害で牛肉がとっても高い。オペレーション大変はまだかとか言ったりするの。
That's exactly what he would have said.
俺だ。期間の妨害によりオペレーションアウズンブラの実行に予想外の。
Nah, now he's just trying to make her feel better.
資金の増額を要請する。あ、一番星。
Oh, here we go.
オカリンって小学生の頃すごい熱出して寝込んだことあったよね。あの時ね、マユシーはオカリンが死んじゃうんじゃないかってすごく怖かったんだ。だからね、お空に祈ってたの。マユシーは流れ星にオカリン死なないでって3回唱えたの。そしたら次の日にはオカリンの熱が下がって目を覚ましたんだ。だからマユシーはオカリンの命の恩人なんだよ。いや、違うな。
Are we sure that wasn't a satellite? Oh my god. Oh shit, that's so harsh. Why would you say that to her? Let her believe in a Santa Claus.
オカリンこんなこと言ったの覚えてる？この前フェリスちゃんのマンションでもオカリンそんな感じだったんだよ。熱を出して倒れた時のあの感覚、世界線を移動した時の感覚にとても似ている。
Oh shit.
マガン、リーディングシュタイナーはまさにあの時この身に宿ったということか。ただいまー。おかえりなさい。じゃあ卵を茹でててくれる？はーい。
That's not too complicated.
電話レンジ使っていいかな？
I don't know if you want to use that microwave ever again for regular cooking.
卵は僕が。それじゃあマユリは椎茸
んでおいて。
Plus you boil eggs in water.
付け合わせのサラダに使うのよ。
What the hell? Yeah, I don't want that with my apple pie, in all fairness.
どいてどいて。 橋田。騙されてるわよ。
You've been deceived. She was never here. Now run back to your imaginary friends. What's she looking for?
面白い形の飯盒ですね。
What?
クレイモージラ。
Mode Snake Claymore? Oh my god.
これか。
Oh shit. What's the smoke gonna do?
ごめんなさい、お母さん。
Just bring another watermelon and it's all good.
使えるんじゃない？
掃除機ですか？違うよ。未来ガジェット3号。あれ、2号だっけ？
5号だ。またつまらぬものをつなげてしまった場合、ゴエモン。待て。
Oh my god.
他の電化製品の電源を切らなければ。ブレーカーが落ちる。
No electricity anymore. Great.
どこだっけ？
ブレーカー。
おい、動き回ると。
What the fuck has this just turned into?
ブレーカーは玄関だ。何がおかしい？
ごめんなさい。でも、私のいるアメリカの研究所って世界中から優秀な人たちが集まってるんだけど、みんなプライドが高くて結構殺伐としてるのよね。それに比べてあんたのラボは
Yeah.
お家だけど、
A little amateuristic too, but it is fun. I'll give her that.
別に褒めてるわけじゃないからな。ただ、
Okay, this is getting strangely romantic.
というか、
In the dark here. I don't know what this is turning into.
仲間だと思ってるよ。前に言ってくれたでしょ。私のこと大切な仲間だって。あれ、結構嬉しかったっていうか。
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna turn into more than companions eventually.
熱でもあるのか。
ねえよ、このバカ岡部。
Oh god.
すずさん遅いね。お父さんに会えたかな？
今頃水いらずの時間を過ごしてるんじゃない？
どちらにしても、ラボには来いと言ったはずなの。
Okay. Maybe something changed again. I don't know.
もう遅い。作戦は中止だ。お前たち
She never showed up. Message from her. I'm sorry, goodbye. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
このまま一人寂しく、この町を離れるつもりなのか。そんなことは、この法王院京馬が許さん。D メールを使って、今日の昼間の俺に何があっても鈴葉を尾行しろと。
That could work.
いいのか。これ以上 D メールを使っても、過去を改変してもいいのか。
君っていいやつだね。なんかちょっとだけ楽になったかも。
Was this where the satellite was supposed to be?
助手の脅迫に屈せず、鈴葉を尾行せ。
Oh shit. Well, here we go. Why was the satellite gone already, though? I don't get it anymore, man. Oh, wait. They actually got rid of the satellite, but the impact still happened, right? Okay, there she is.
おはようバイト戦士。俺は一体どうやってお前を確保した？
私がタイムマシンオフ会から帰ろうとしたら。
タイムマシンオフ会？
Time Machine Forum?
父親の現れるかもしれないという場所だったのか。
私の父さんが。
Oh my god.
ジョン・タイターか。
ジョンじゃなくてバレルタイター。それも
Barrel Tighter?
君、携帯ムービー撮ってなかったっけ？
Did he? We're all just finding out on the spot.
マキセ・クリスさえいなければもっと楽しめたけどさ。あいつのアップルパイ殺人的なまずさだったし。
She probably put the eggs in there.
ってさ、なんかいいね。みんなが仲良くていつも楽しそうで。
いつでも来ればいい。お前はもうラボメンなのだ。
うん。もうちょっとだけ頑張って父さん探してみるよ。
Yeah, that butterfly though. Oh my god, that's so much to think about. So much information once again in this episode, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around, like, how does it all connect, right? So, her father turns out, Suzuha's father turns out to call himself Barrel Tighter. So how is that related to John Tighter? He was supposed to go to a time machine for him, so clearly he is involved in some type of way, right? I mean, I was at first trying to think about, like, why did Suzuha have so much interest in knowing everything about, you know, Okurin's experiments in the first place? At first I thought I had the answer, which is like, oh, you know, she lost her father a long time ago and this is how she wants to get him back eventually or something, right? But then now we know that her father was apparently also involved with it somehow, so that automatically gets her involved in some other kind of way again, you would think, right? And it's like, what is the show not telling us about her right now? And what, you know, I'd still like to, yeah, I would have liked Okurin to have asked her some different questions already earlier on in the show when she was trying to get herself involved so much, but he just never really questioned it. Yeah, what else can I say about this episode, man? I mean, we're just seeing overall, of course, how all the experiments, they keep impacting the world. So just like I basically figured, those initial experiments that last episode ended on with Ferris, you know, like doing the whatever the hell message she sent or whatever, right? That changed the whole city and changed all the shops that were, you know, in there. And then, yeah, like at the same time, there's the scene that I'm thinking of, which happened in the middle, where Okurin just randomly gets this message, right, saying, "I'm watching you." And it's like, who's actually watching him? That got him, of course, to be completely terrified. But it could be anyone. It could be someone involving CERN. It could be someone involving literally his teammates here, right? It's like, in what direction am I supposed to think? I mean, I will stick to my belief that, like, I'm not really looking for most of the solutions here outside of the characters that we're already dealing with. I don't think right now, and it's just my gut feeling, right? So I don't base this on anything. It's completely baseless speculation. But I don't expect, as of right now, that, like, there's gonna be some mystery presences outside of the group, or at least a lot, I guess, involved in this whole thing. So you're not gonna see ultimately that, like, oh, the answer is really that it's about this girl's father, and it's about, and, you know, CERN is some kind of outside presence watching over Okurin. Outside presence, I meant, you know, like a group of people looking over Okurin, John Tighter, all these entities that we know of. I don't believe that they're actually a lot of different entities whose presence we simply don't know about. I feel like a lot of them are going to be ultimately connected to our own group. That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense with the fact that, again, I've seen 10 episodes now. There's only going to be 24 episodes in total. I don't expect the show to suddenly get into that by the end of it, which is already, I think, what I, you know, touched upon in the intro of this video, right? But that's all that I can say at the moment. But again, it's so hard to make it any more concrete than that. I don't really know what else I can share right now. Of course, that was the nice little scene. I like how just they continue to spice things up where, like, they always manage to so nicely pace these episodes out where you're getting new information and you're thinking it through, but then at the same time, the show still takes its time to have some of these moments between, for example, Max Sakurasu and Okurin, right, having their romantic little encounter there, which we all, let's be honest, saw coming from the very start. I've been saying that I feel from, like, episode 2 or 3 or something that, like, these two really like each other. They just have, like, a lot of friendly competition and they are acting like each other's rivals, but secretly they just admire each other. And yeah, this once again made that very clear. But yeah, overall, once again, a great episode. I'm gonna be thinking about this a little bit more because I'm gonna take a break now and then watch the next episode again in a couple days, maybe a week or something. That's where I'll pick back up, and I'm gonna try and process everything that happened here and see if I'll have more about it to share in the next one. For now, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to Steins Gate episode 10. Of course, guys, if you did, you can time travel to the future right away and watch the next 8 episodes immediately. It's linked on top of the description over on my Patreon, of course, so go and check it out. Over there, we'll already be on episode 18 by now, along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. With that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.